in today's era that we are in, those who can make fast decisions are going to be those who are going to be called upon, because with the market constantly changing, industries constantly changing, it is a desperate need of leaders who can make quick decisions but make the right decisions. Hey, what's up, guys? I want to welcome you back to another episode of the New Rules Podcast. It's your boy today, solo, on my own, doing my thing. You know why? Got Bree out of here, all right? No, I'm just joking. I'm joking. She's not feeling great today. So we wanted to leave you guys with a podcast. So what we're going to do today is that this is going to be the shortest New Rules podcast of all time. But I wanted to be able to give you just a quick tip, quick lesson, something I feel like is very important right now in our current world that we're living in. We are living in one of the fastest changing kind of worlds that there's ever been. With the rise of AI, and we've talked about that, to industries changing from here to here. One of the things I've learned in leadership is that right now, more than ever, the ability to make quick decisions is incredibly important. And so this is sometimes counterintuitive and sometimes it's really difficult, because with new information's coming and things that are heading our way, many times, this is maybe the first time we've seen it, but we still have to make quicker decisions, because the higher levels you grow in leadership, the quicker your decision making has to be. And see, I think about this is when I was playing basketball. One of the things about basketball, when I went from high school, and I was a really good high school player, to college, here's what was the number one change. Everybody would ask me this. My friends would call me and say, hey, what's the difference? Is it the strength of people? Is their ability to shoot the ball, their ability to pass the ball? And it was one simple thing. It was the speed. The speed of the game got faster. Even though it was the same game, you still played on a 10-foot hoop. You still had a 15-foot free throw line. You still dribbled the ball. You still passed the ball. It was the same rules. But the difference was that now all of a sudden at a Division I level, especially in a Power 4 level, you had very good athletes. So everyone was able to do the stuff you used to do, but they could even do it better and faster. And so the speed began to change when we were doing that. And so one of the things, and then when you went to the pro level, same thing, speed changes because of the level of athletes. So here's what I learned in that, is that the fundamentals stayed the same, but the speed was different. And so what I had to learn how to do was actually slow down my thinking, but still make fast decisions, because a basketball game's going quick, but I still had to make quick decisions, but I had to slow down, because when you're sped up, many times what you'll do, you'll make a tough decision or a bad decision. And so I think about that in leadership. When new information is coming to us and all of a sudden you're in a pressure situation, and anxiety begins to increase. And what anxiety does, it starts to speed us up. And when we're sped up, many times we can make bad decisions. It's not about making quick decisions for the sake of making quick decisions, but it's about making the right decision as fast as you possibly can. And so there's a few things that you have to do. And maybe, again, you're in that situation and you want to learn, how do I make quicker decisions better? The first thing is this, is you have to understand your internal frameworks. We talk about this a lot on this podcast. We believe everything starts inside out. You have to know, how are you feeling? When you get information, how are you feeling about that information? Do you find yourself angry? Do you find yourself with more anxiety? Do you find yourself sped up? Do you find yourself wanting to retreat? I know at times I can do that. When I am dealing with a situation that can be tough, parts of me in certain situations wants to retreat. I want to just ignore it. And so that's never good. Or sometimes I just don't like the anxiety I'm feeling, so I want to make a decision real quick to alleviate the anxiety. Both those things are wrong. So the first thing you got to do is, how are you feeling inside? How are you viewing this? Because if you don't understand how you're feeling inside, you will read the data the wrong way. The second thing is this, is that you must be willing to do an autopsy once you make a decision, good or bad. At best, what some leaders will do is that when they make a mistake, they'll look back at that mistake and see what went wrong. But rarely do leaders look at, when they make good decisions, why they made those choices. Because, see, this is important. Because when you do the autopsy after a decision, you're able to start to see patterns. See, really good leaders really begin to see patterns well. And that's what allows you to make quick decisions. I remember Kobe Bryant once said this, is that he talked about when he was playing, and what made him so good at being a scorer was that he could see patterns. He could recognize how somebody was guarding him and where the help defense was coming from. And so if he's on the left side of the floor, he knew 2 or 3 spots to get to, because he's done it enough and he's watched enough film, he could see the patterns. He's known to watch. He's watched every single one of his games, like the entirety, a couple times through. So he watched enough film to see the pattern. And that's if us in leadership, our part of us watching film is us going back and doing the autopsy. Why did this decision work or why didn't it work? The third and final thing is actually this, is that when you're going to go in and you're going to make a decision, you must be willing to get the first principles. What first principles are that what are the main things it takes in order to make this decision? Not all the stuff that can be fluff around it, but what if you don't do these three things, this goal, this mission cannot be accomplished. See, when you get the first principle thinking, what it does, it strips all the other noise out. And when you strip all the other noise and you know the three most important things, what that allows you to do now is now you can take the right information that you have and you can plug it into those three areas to then be able to say, okay, here's now what I think is the best decision. The first thing you must be willing to do is, again, see what's going on you. Check your internal frameworks. The second thing that you must be willing to do is to do the autopsy. What's actually happening and what happened? How did you make a good decision? Why did you make a bad decision? Because that allows you to see patterns. And the third thing is first principle thinking. What are the core things it takes in order for this problem to be solved? Listen, in today's era that we are in, those who can make fast decisions are going to be those who are going to be called upon, because with the market constantly changing, industries constantly changing, it is a desperate need of leaders who can make quick decisions but make the right decisions. Until next time, keep writing new rules.